Friends don't let friends bang cows.
Sorry, Justy.
So this dude, Minos, is having all kinds of problems being king of Crete, because his brothers all want to be king of Crete instead. So they're all, like, murdering each other or non-stop until Minos is like, hey, Poseidon, you should make me win. Poseidon's all okay, I'm gonna send you a bitchin' white bull. Bull. It means you will win, but you have to kill it later in my honor. And Minos says, sure, okay, just make me king already. So Poseidon sends this bull, and Minos becomes king, but then he really likes this bull. I don't think you guys understand what hot shit bulls were in ancient Greece. You have to remember, Minos didn't have the internet. So bulls were like the height of technology. It was like the Apple iPad of bulls. So he decides, how about I don't kill this bull? What's the worst that could happen? I'm already king, right?
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, he is already king. But something bad definitely happens because Minos has a wife. Poseidon goes up and... Poseidon goes and hits up Aphrodite, like, you know what you should do? You should make Minos' wife fall in love with my bull. And then
That
I
is a
drink
long...
an evil martini.
That is a long mustache to twirl. That is awesome.
He is Poseidon, king of the sea. He gets to have a long flowing mustache. The color of the waves. And to drink evil martinis.
When you say the color of the waves, I just keep thinking of Aphrodite and
The
how...
dick foam.
And the dick foam. And I'm just... Ooh. Shiny.
Yes. And Aphrodite looks up from giving Ares a blowjob, and she's like, okay, let me just finish this. And all of a sudden, Minos' wife is, like, mad attracted to this cow, but the problem is that the cow is not at all into chicks. Human chicks, I mean. It's not a gay cow. Not that that would be a problem.
Wait, I thought it was a bull.
Yes.
But bulls are male cows. What? I'm confused.
Yes, he's just using the generic term cow.
Oh.
As opposed to the gendered term cow.
Oh.
Because he is silly.
Okay.
Some of my best friends are gay cows. Wow, author.
Cyra's like, can we just like get on with the story and the author owes me a pizza?
Yes. Anyway, Minos' wife has this brilliant idea. So she calls up this dude, Daedalus. And she's like, I need someone to build me a giant wooden cow suit so I can fuck cows.
Seems legit.
And Daedalus, who is a fantastic genius inventor with no concept of right and wrong, is like, sure, no problem. And she makes her the suit, and she puts it on, and she goes out and makes hot animal love to that bull, simultaneously inventing furries and getting totally preggers.
You know what? I was just going to say that was the invention of the furry suit.
And Minos is none the wiser, until she gives birth to a hideous cow baby, aka the Minotaur. So Minos does the smart thing, and calls up the oracle at Delphi, because that never leads to bad decisions.
Nope.
And the oracle says, dude, just build a maze around it. No harm, no foul. And then goes back to huffing volcano fumes. It doesn't actually say it goes back to huffing volcano fumes. But that's what the oracle at Delphi did.
Well, you know what? I'm going to interrupt my narrative for commentary all the time, so...
So Minos calls up Daedalus, the same Daedalus who caused all these problems with his excellent cow suit. And he hires him to build this awesome maze. And then instead of paying him with money, he pays him with years in prison, locked in a tower over the ocean with his son Icarus. Minos is a dumbass, though, because he has locked a master craftsman and his son in a tower, along with an apparently unlimited supply of feathers and wax. So they make wings with that stuff and jump out the window. Do you know who else is a dumbass? Icarus. Because he doesn't understand that the sun is made of heat, whereas his wings are only made of wax and bird hair. And so he flies all the way the hell up toward the sun, and the sun says, "Aw, hell no." And Icarus' wings melt and he drowns, and his genius dad lives happily ever after, no longer hampered by his dumbass son.
You know what? Okay, 50 Shades kind of ruined the Icarus thing for me because of all the times when Anna compares herself to Icarus. But now I'm just laughing because no longer hampered by his dumbass son and probably dead in a ditch somewhere just like Anna will be.
Or else he flees all over the country for years trying to avoid Minos, before finally convincing someone to murder Minos in a bathtub. Or maybe both. And then it turns out Daedalus even fucked up the labyrinth because a few weeks later some dick named Theseus just rolls in and kills the Minotaur and then escapes and gets laid a whole bunch and then falls off a cliff and dies. That's a whole other story, and I just told you all the good parts anyway.
You know, this book sure focuses a lot on hot chicks and getting laid. Was it written by a frat boy?
Possibly.
I think that's just what the Greeks were.
Okay, we'll see when we get to my section.
I think that one's about a lot of sex too.
Yeah, I mean, hello, but still.
As it said in the intro, we can rebuild these myths. We have the technology. We can make them snappier, flashier. It would be hard to make them sexier, but you get where I'm going with this.
Okay, fine. We did skip the intro, by the way, but yeah.
So the moral of the story is don't count your chickens before they hatch, because the chickens might be minotaurs.
I kind of like minotaurs, and Syra has a thing for them too. Anyway.
Norse!
Oh, mine.
Yes,
mine.
I get
Okay,
to rest
I get
my
the chair.
throat.
I get the
You
chair.
get the chair.
I get the chair. You get to record me.
No, I'm gonna go and get something to drink.
Okay.
But then I'll record the thing.
Hi. So. So I'm gonna try to do this without being too loud or giggling. A suicidal pirate wizard. Suicidal pirate wizard. I don't even.
So, I guess we're tossing out this attempt to read it without giggling.
Holy shit, my friends. This mythos we are coming up on right now is the... What are you doing?
Holding up the...
I heard buttons clicking.
There's buttons clicking? Oh god, what?
Let me see. Oh no, never mind, sorry. Is the cosmological equivalent of a French kissing a battle axe. That sounds quite pleasant, actually. These myths are rude, crude, and probably radioactive. They play music too loud, and draw disapproving looks from the elderly. They will wake your mother up in the middle of the night. By driving a Humvee through the armoire. Seriously, any mythology in which the principal characters are a suicidal pirate wizard with what essentially amounts to a beard with a hammer sticking out of it is a mythology for me and for you too once the Norse get through with you. Okay, new video.
Okay,
The Norse are metal. So, you might already know the way the Greeks thought the world got made, and also the Romans, because the Romans are goddamn copycatters. And maybe you have listened to some scientists or some creation scientists, and you know one or two other ways. Listen, I want you to forget everything you know about creation myths, because this myth is going to blow your dick off from pure wonderment. And if you do not have a dick, it is going to sew one on, and then immediately blow it off. Sounds sexy. Wanna know why? Because it's Norse mythology time. Shit, yeah! So to start out, the world is already pretty badass. It is just two things. One is a sea of pure, all-devouring fire called Muspel, guarded by a dude named Surt who is just waiting to ride out and murder all the gods and then set the world on fire.
you mean even more on fire?
Yes. By comparison, the other half of the world apparently can't walk. I don't know, it says it's pretty lame. What is that? Okay. It is just a whole bunch of ice called Niflheim, but the best part is that in between Muspel and Niflheim, there's a big-ass trench called... Andy, help.
Ginnungagap.
Ginnungagap. Which is empirically proven to be the number one funnest thing to say, besides coddle-eating. Okay, it says go ahead and say it, I'll wait, but I really won't. So, Gnungagap is where shit starts to get real, because the cold from Niflheim bumps up against the heat from Muspel and Oh Baby, and causes a bunch of vapor to condense in Gnungagap to create a frost giant in Gnungagap named Emer, not Gnungagap. Okay, I think we get it. Actually, Emer is more of an ogre than a giant, and he's actually more of a wuss than an ogre, because what is the first thing this guy does? He goes to sleep. Right there. In Gnungagap. Sleeping and sweating like a motherfucker. He sweats so hard that a man and a woman grow out of his armpit. And then he sweats even harder, causing his legs to fuck each other and have a baby, so then this cow shows up and starts shooting milk everywhere, and Emer drinks all of it. Because there's pretty much no one else to drink it other than his one baby in the armpit people.
I listened to my teacher's friend trying to pronounce that word.
Then the cow gets bored and starts licking ice, and all of this licking melts away enough ice to form the shape of a dude. Or maybe it's just the same dude who appeared in Emer's armpit. Emer has mastered the fine art of being a neglectful father. Congratulations, Jim. Someone does it worse than you. Anyway, this guy's name is Bor. He marries Besla, the daughter of some giant, maybe the daughter of Emer, who knows. Bor is quite a catch because he's the only man in existence. That doesn't make him a catch. That just makes him have a penis. So Bor and Besla have 3 kids, Odin, Vili, and Ve. Really the only one anyone gives a shit about is Odin. Odin is a dick. He is the ruler of all things, essentially. Fuck you, Zeus. And he gets his brothers... Actually, no, not fuck you, Zeus. I don't want Hera getting all up in my shit. Anyway, he gets his brothers to help him kill Emer, who's probably still asleep and has definitely not done anything to deserve being murdered, except maybe sleep too hard. But Odin seems to think that he has become too evil, which probably just means that he was snoring really loud. Because once again, Odin is a dick, and apparently they don't have earplugs.
No, nobody's invented them yet.
Odin can invent them. He's a freaking all-father. Whatever the reason, they kill
Maybe they should... Sorry.
Go ahead.
Maybe in however many years, when somebody invents earplugs, Odin will look back and be like, all this could have been avoided. I feel like such an idiot now.
Well, when we get to Mr. Hoist by his own petard... I will be face-palming quite a lot. In fact, I will probably be reading like this for much of it. Anyway, whatever the reason they kill Emer, nice patricide, Odin. What are you going to do next? Further desecrate your grandfather's body by tearing him apart and using his limbs as decoration for a universe you and your brothers are making? Yes. This is exactly what Odin and his brothers do. I mean, you gotta give them credit. They use pretty much every part of this dude. Oh my. Like, not only do they... Yes, I see your waggling eyebrows. Like, not only do they make his blood into lakes and oceans, and his bones into mountains, and skin into earth, and his teeth into tiny rocks, but they use his skull to make the sky, which is such a dumb idea that they have to get some cheap slave labor to make it work. So they go over to Emer's court, so just crawling with maggots at this point, and they're like, hey, maggots, want to be a sentient humanoid species? Oh my god, that's how humans were invented!
I thought they were sweated out of that one guy's armpit.
Okay, never mind. And
It's about the same.
maggots are like, do we? So they turn into Job Corps students. I'm sorry. So they turn into dwarves, and Odin's like, great, awesome, how about you repay us by holding the skull we found? We want to make it into the sky, but skulls are really not meant for that. I'll even name the guys who do it north, south, east, and west. It'll be awesome. And the dwarves like, okay, fine. But listen, guys, just because they have already used Emer's skull and skin and bones and teeth and blood does not mean that they are finished defiling his corpse, oh baby. Because the next thing they do is they chuck his brains into the air and they become clouds. Did you think clouds are beautiful, fluffy collections of water vapor? Wrong, asshole. Brains! Then they make the stars out of all the sparks coming out of Muspel. and give all the land along the coast to the giants. I guess to say sorry for murdering Ymir and building a world out of his corpse, but the giants are still pissed, and Odin's like, I need a fort to protect myself from all these giants. What will I build it out of? Oh, I know, eyebrows. The fort he builds becomes a safe haven for all the humans called Midgard. Also, they drag Ymir's corpse over Ginnungagap, and Odin makes a place called Asgard, using surprisingly few of Ymir's body parts, and lives there with his wife Frigga, and is startlingly faithful to her.
Freya.
It says Frigga.
I
I know it's Freya.
Frigga. It actually says Frigga.
Yes, Freya's somebody else.
And is startlingly faithful to her, unlike Zeus. Okay, so I guess Odin's not as much of a dick as Zeus. Maybe because he uses it less. And fathers all the other gods, who are called the Aesir. So the moral of this story is that we need to invent space travel with a quickness because all of Ymir's body parts are about to get real ripe real fast. Thor gets hammered. When Odin finally gets done making the world and settles down to get busy with his wife Frigga, the first radical dude to get born is named Thor. Oh my god, do we have to hear about him? Thor is pretty much the baddest motherfucker you will ever lay eyes on, except I won't. In fact, if you ever laid eyes on him, he would probably walk up to you and destroy your eyes with his hammer.
What a dick.
I agree. Thor's hammer is called Mjolnir, and it was made like so. So Loki, the god of being a needless prick all the time.
That's what he does in the mythology.
No, it wasn't needless. It was for the lulz, damn it. Do you not understand how...
I'm sorry, he was the god of trolling.
Thank you. Sneaks up on Thor's wife Sif one day and shaves off all her hair. Like he's one of the guys on Jackass or something. And Thor really loves hair, I guess, so he gets super angry and he chases down Loki and he's like, hey, how about I cut off all your face? And Loki's like, but I need my face for making infuriating smirks with. Aww. And Thor's like, well, how about I just break every bone in your body? And Loki's like, no, I need those too. How about instead I have the dwarves make your wife some new hair? It'll be made of gold and it will grow like normal hair. And Thor's like, awesome. So Loki goes to these dwarves like, guys, I sort of promised Thor that you would make his wife the ultimate toupee. And the dwarves are like, sure, no problem. Do you want us to make it out of gold or double gold? We really fucking like gold because we are dwarves.
So stereotypical.
Hey, by the way, I'm sorry if I'm being racist against dwarves, but that's just how dwarves are, okay?
Wow. Wow, author. Wow.
Corey O'Brien. Wow, Corey. Wow. Some of my best friends are dwarves.
And gay cows.
You know, I'd like to have a friend who's a gay dwarf cow. We'd hit up all the bars, it'd be really awesome. Anyway, Loki's like, regular gold is fine because he's kind of a cheapskate. And the dwarves are like, okay, well, how about we also make you a boat called Skidbladnir, which can fit all your friends and all your and all your treasure, and always has wind in the sails, and can be folded up and put in your pocket when not in use. Dude, that's awesome. And how about we also make Odin a spear, scratch that, an unstoppable spear, and Loki's like, damn, all we ever did for you guys is make you hold up the sky for forever. You know, he makes sense. So Loki brings all this sweet loot back to the gods, and then he gets this great idea, which is to bet the dwarves that they can't make 3 more even better treasures for free.
Nobody said the dwarves were smart. Wait, that was racist against dwarves, I'm sorry.
If you've ever played Dwarf Fortress.
But he doesn't have much cash on him, because why would gods carry cash, right? So instead he just bets them his head.
Head?
His head!
Loki, you idiot. And these dwarves, named Brock and E.T., take the deal because it's not like they have to bet anything themselves. And they go to the forge, and Brock pulls out this big-ass boar skin and is like, okay, E.T., it is completely crucial that you crank the bellows constantly. So E.T. starts doing it, And pretty soon, a big-ass fly lands on his hand and stings the shit out of it, but E.T. does not care.
Because he is a fucking badass dwarf.
He is a fucking badass dwarf. He's going crazy with that bellows, and Brock makes what he was trying to make. He brings it to Loki, and he's like, okay, so we all love boars, right? But you know what would make a boar even better? Gold. Gold makes everything better. I am a dwarf, and I covered this fucking boar in gold. Well, gee, you could have just asked Midas. Okay, look, guys, I'm just telling the story. It is not fair to apply our modern conception of racism to a bygone past, okay? I forget what the term for that is, but don't do it. Thanks, Corey. Anyway, the filthy dwarves...
You see, that's where they're getting all of this gold, is they have Midas tied up in the basement, and they just kind of throw things at him, and it falls off, and it's gold.
Well, wait, then wouldn't the chains also be gold?
Yes.
Wait, what if they were gold originally? That would be kind of cool. Anyway. Still need to make 2 more things, so Brock decides to cut out the middleman, and just put some gold directly on his forge. And he's like, hey, Eeyore, remember what you did with the boar? Just do exactly that because it's totally crucial. So Eeyore starts working the bellows, and lo and behold, the same fucking fly shows up and bites him on the neck. Oh my god, the fly is Loki.
Yeah, that's what I figure. It doesn't say so in the book, but I'm pretty sure it is.
My husband is brilliant. But Eeyore just tusts it out and keeps on pumping, and Brock finishes the thing he was making and brings it out to Loki like, check out this gold ring I made. I call it Dropnir, but the thing is, this is just 1 gold ring. Do you think that's enough gold? I don't think that's enough gold. So what I made it do is every night, it shits out 8 identical rings. There will be so many rings. I can melt them down for their gold and use them to make more rings and drop out more rings. Thanks, Bellatrix! I have created infinite gold. That is a dream of every dwarf because we love gold so much. Did you know we invented rings so we could have sex with gold? Thanks, Sailor Mars. Okay, hold on, guys. If you have any dwarf friends, maybe you should just have them not read this myth. Sorry, guys. My bad. If they've read this far, it is already too late. We're pretty much done with the gold part, and you have lost a friend. Again, sorry, guys. Anyway, then Brock puts a big-ass chunk of iron on the forge, and Eeyore starts pumping that bellows, and then this same fucking fly comes back and bites his eyelids. His eyelids!
What a douche!
Hey.
Sorry.
But Eeyore just keeps on pumping until blood from the gaping wounds this fly has inflicted trickles down his eye, and he takes one hand off the bellows to wipe away all the blood, and then the bellows stops and everything is ruined. It was supposed to be a hammer called Mjolnir, but now it is a hammer called Mjolnir with a kind of short handle. And Brock is like, dang, maybe I won't get Loki's head after all. But he still bundles up all the shit and takes it to Asgard because quitting is for cats, apparently. I don't know. Cats quit.
Cats quit.
Cats quit.
They just don't give enough fucks.
I don't know. And in Asgard, all the gods are like, holy damn, you made a ring that shits out more rings. You do not have to be a dwarf to appreciate Infinigold. Oh, and the boar is pretty nice, too. I could use some more gold, maybe. I don't want to take it back to Midas. And then Thor was like, guys, this hammer is so sweet. It hits anything I throw it at, and then it always comes back to my hand. Okay, so you invented the boomerang hammer. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, the handle is a little bit short, so we can't overcompensate with it. But that doesn't keep it from never missing. Guys, do you realize how many frost giants we can kill with this? This is the best Norse Christmas ever. Wait, Norse Christmas. And Brock is like, looks like I won the bet, Loki. I'm gonna dip your head in gold and then probably fuck it. That's what I do because I'm a dwarf.
For fuck's sake, Arthur. So racist.
Look, I lied when I said the gold part was over. If you want your dwarf friend, just keep reading because he thought the damage was done, then I'm really sorry, man, but you need taller friends.
That's terrible.
It's Cory Ball.
Yes.
So Loki starts running as fast as he can, but Thor just got that hammer that can hit anything 100% of the time. So he just kind of knocks Loki out and brings him back, and Loki's like, wait, I promised you my head. But I never promised you the neck it rests on, so you can't cut it off. Ha! So Brock just shows... So Brock just sews Loki's mouth shut instead, which is probably the best thing for everybody. I will end you as soon as I stop laughing.
But no, you see, it's perfect because he can't properly troll face. Okay, I'm sorry.
dwarves give the best birthday gifts, so you should try and make up with your dwarf friends no matter how short they are, or how bad they smell, or how much they keep eyeing your gold earrings and licking their lips. But that's not the last wacky plan the gods came up with to avoid paying for shit. And Loki, honey, I'm so sorry for all of this.
I am also kind of sorry.
You're not that sorry.
I'm not that sorry. I said kind of sorry. I'm kind of sorry, Loki. But only kinda.
Odin gets construction discounts with bestiality. Sounds like Odin. So as our story begins, everything is going pretty good. The giants are leaving everyone alone for a minute, and everything is pretty okay. So obviously Odin has to go and fuck it all up. Sounds like Odin. By making a shitty deal with a giant. He's like, hey giant, bet you can't build a wall around my entire city in 9 months. And the giant's like, what do I get if I win? And Odin's like, well, I'm kind of cash poor at the moment. How about Freya? Freya is the goddess of love and other icky stuff. Happy Valentine's Day, folks. Gifted to the Easter by a group of identical gods they tried to kill one time. What Odin is doing is called regifting, and it is in poor taste. But Freya is way hot. Hey, they spelled Freya differently in these 3 lines.
Huh.
Well, it did have multiple spellings, because...
Yes, but it's one author, so it should be consistent.
Yeah, it should be consistent.
But Freya's way hot, so the giant is like, sweet, okay, and Odin's like, oh, and if you can't finish the wall in time, I get it for free, and the giant's like, sure, dude, whatever. Hey, I think I remember this one. Now, Odin's pretty confident that there's no way a giant can build a wall in time. I mean, Asgard is pretty much huge.
It's made of eyebrows. Waggly eyebrows.
They had to build a 6-mile-long feast hall just to accommodate Thor's left nut. I didn't need to know that. So he just sits back and prepares to have a partially finished wall totally for free. You don't become a god by being bad with money, that is a fact. But this plan is about to backfire so hard. The giant and his unreasonably strong horse are putting up this wall like it's going out of style. There's still several months to go, and the wall is almost totally finished. So Odin's like, oh shit, I might have to pay this giant for all the work he's doing. Unacceptable. So he calls up Loki like, Loki, fix my shit! No, actually he says, Loki, solve my problems with giants. And Loki's like, but why? Seriously, Odin, fix your own shit. And Odin's like, remember how we have an oath of kinship that means you have to do what I say? And Loki's like, oh yeah, why did we do that again? And Odin's like, no time for questions, stall that giant! And Loki's like, shit. I can't stop a giant. He calls himself a cat, which I don't think makes any sense because cats can totally stop giants. Because cats are awesome. Anyway. But wait, I can stop his horse with my pussy. So he turns into a super hot, sexalicious girl horse.
Meanwhile, all of the other gods are just kind of face-palming and shaking their heads like, Loki, why?
With all her lady parts all distended and pungent. Sweetie, your complexity addiction is really getting out of hand. My Loki's kind of like that too, except without turning into a lady horse. But he has this complexity addiction, like I'm sitting across from the sun and my eyes hurt. I'm just gonna like hold up your dress to shield my eyes, and I'm like, why don't we just sit across the aisle with our backs to the sun? I didn't think of that. Well, gee, hon. Anyway, the man horse gets a whiff of that shit and is like, I am calling a timeout on all this working. A sex timeout. Feel free to use these in your everyday life. I know you are all searching desperately for some way to justify dropping everything and just having a bunch of sex. Now you have that justification. Hi, I already had that justification. Thanks, Corey. So then the giant... You were thinking of the other Corey when I said that, weren't you? So then the giant is like, how am I supposed to finish this wall without my power horse? I feel like I may have been cheated by Odin just now. I'm gonna go yell at him. Yes, go yell at Odin. Odin is a dick. So he goes to Odin's room like, Odin, what did you do with my horse? And Odin's like, I didn't do your horse. And Odin's like, I don't know what you're talking about. It was Loki's idea. Odin, you son of a cactus. And the giant's like, fuck this, I'm taking Freya. And Freya's like, who's taking what now? Because apparently Odin completely forgot to tell her about this deal. So she's like, Thor? And Thor runs in the room like, what? Oh, you need me to kill a giant? Yeah, alright. So he kills the giant, thus once again saving Odin from the consequences of his shitty actions. So a couple months later, Loki finally comes back to Asgard, leading the mega horse he seduced, and also another smaller horse, but with this horse-like in size. It makes up for in too many legs. Yes, sir, this is the Octo-Horse, aka Sleipnir. So, Odin is like, oh shit, give me those. And Loki's like, nope, I'm totally giving the Ultra Horse to Freya. And Odin's like, can I at least have the Octo Horse? And Loki's like, only if I don't have to do what you say anymore. That was awesome. And Odin's like, fine. And Loki's like, haha, I pranked you. That horse came out of my horse vagina. And Odin's like, ew, ick, I still want the horse though. So the moral of the story is that only a sucker pays full price for masonry. Oh, speaking of which, let me tell you about another really gross thing Loki had sex with, ellipsis.
Well, this'll be interesting.
All's well that Mimir's well. Odin is constantly doing weird shit for secrets. Like every morning he sends out his 2 ravens, Hugin and Munin, to go fly around, and then in the evening they come back and tell him what's up. But disaster strikes because one day, instead of telling him all the shit they saw, all the birds would say, oh shit, got some foreboding shadows up in this bitch. And Odin's like, foreboding shadows? Those are the worst kind of shadows. At which point his wife Frigga bursts in like, husband, stop yelling. And Odin's like, how am I supposed to stop yelling when there are foreboding shadows going on all over the place? And Frigga's like, okay, tell you what, how about we go hit up those chicks called the Norns? Oh god. Who live at the bottom of Yggdrasil, the Tree of Life, and look into their eyes for a bit and see the future. And Odin's like, okay, I guess. So Odin gets all his buddies together, them being Tyr, the one-armed badass murder convention, Baldur, the Mary Sue of all the gods. I'm sorry, it says the prettiest and best loved, but he's a fucking Mary Sue, okay? He is a Mary Sue. I'm not even gonna call him a Gary Stu. He is a Mary Sue, and I hate him.
Okay.
Hate!
Mistletoe arrows.
Ooh. And Thor, who has a hammer. They all walk over to this fabulous rainbow bridge that connects Asgard to the base of Yggdrasil, and Odin goes up to Heimdall, who's keeper of the gate of Asgard, and who also has a sweet gold grill, and Heimdall opens up the gate, kind of like Freya opens up her legs for those dwarves. Sorry. And Odin walks through, and Tyr walks through, and Baldur walks through, and Thor tries to walk through, and Heimdall's like, nope, no Thor's allowed. And Thor, who's the god of getting real pissed real fast, is like, don't make me come over to your house and beat your wife.
What the fuck?
Dude, Thor, not cool. Oh, wait, you don't have a wife. So I guess I'm going to have to wait until some poor skank finds your weak-ass gold grill alluring. And then when you are cutting the cake at your wedding, I will bust out of the cake. Oh, Thor's a cake girl now. And clock your new wife in the jaw with my hammer.
What the fuck?
Because if there's one thing that defines me as a person, it is my massive fucking hammer, even though the handle's really short. Really, Thor? Really? Guys, beating other people's wives with a hammer is not cool. Beating your own wife with a hammer is not cool. Don't do that shit. And Heimdall's like, actually, your hammer's kind of the problem. The weight of... Oh, I love this. The weight of your hammer combined with the weight of your fat ass would break the rainbow bridge. So I'm sorry, dude, but you're gonna have to stay home unless you want to wade across those 2 smothering, miserable cloud rivers and meet your bros on the other side. And Thor's like, sounds awesome, because he's a fucking idiot.
He can't just leave the hammer at home.
The hammer is a metaphor for his manhood.
He can't just leave the hammer at home.
I'm sorry. I had to have a contemplative moment. So 9 hours later, Thor finally catches up to everyone at the base of Yggdrasil. And then Odin goes over to stare at the Norns for a bit. There are 3 Norns. Erd, the old one. Dude, Erd's not that old. Verdandi, the hot one, with the fucking bell. And Skuld, the emo one. Emo, really?
Huh?
And in their eyes, Odin can see the future, and I don't know exactly what that is, but it's apparently pretty depressing. Well, maybe that's why Skuld is so emo. And then Frigga shows up with Sif, Thor's wife, and Nanna, Baldur's wife, and it says lucky bitch here, but I don't understand that. I'm just going to assume that the frat boy who wrote this wants to be Baldur's wife. Good luck being a widow, have fun with that, because my husband has mistletoe arrows. Fuck you very much. And she looks at the Norns for a bit, and then looks real sad at Baldur, who's her son. Wait, presumably because she saw him die in the future or some shit. Who knows? Spoiler alert, he totally dies. Sorry. I had to. So Odin turns around like, hey guys, I need to go to Midgard for a bit. I need to drink from the well of Mimir because it is fortified with wisdom and shit. Wait, maybe that's wisdom and shit.
Yeah, probably.
It's fortified with wisdom and shit! And all these foreboding shadows are going way over my head. Meow! And then Thor has to figure out how to get back home. So Odin trades in his spear, and all his armor, and his 8-legged horse, and his name. Really? You can do that? Kinda cool. For a blue cloak and a staff, and a big floppy hat, and the name Vegton the Wanderer. That's a stupid name. And he starts walking through Jotunheim looking for giants. Pretty soon he sees him a giant. So he walks up to this giant like, hey bro, what's your name? And the giant is like, I am Vafthrudnir. Why is this giant ever? Odin has heard about this dude and he knows he's not bullshitting, so he's like, oh damn, I'm in luck. Wanna hook me up with some wisdom? And Vafthrudnir is like, okay, but first answer some random trivia, and if you answer wrong, I get to cut off your head. This may seem strange, but this is actually just how they play Trivial Pursuit in Sweden. I'm so sorry, Swedish people. So Vafthrudnir tosses out a bunch of questions, but this quiz is actually super weak sauce because like 100% of the answers can be readily found on Wikipedia. Oh, funny story. When I asked Jim how to pronounce my name, he's like, oh, did you know that it means victorious girlfriend? And I was like, yes, I too can read Wikipedia. That is literally the first thing that it says. Well, not the first thing. It says Sigyn, Old Norse victorious girlfriend. Oh, wait, yes, that is the first thing that it says. Thanks, Jim. So Odin proceeds to hand him his ass. And Vafthrudnir is like, oh, dang, now you gotta ask me a question. And Odin is like, how about this one? What are the last words that Odin will say to his son Baldur? And Vafthrudnir is like, come on, that's entirely unfair. Only Odin would know the answer to... Wait a second, you're Odin, aren't you? You motherfucker. Okay, what kind of wisdom did you want to get hooked up with? And Odin's like, I just want to know how much it costs to drink from Mimir as well. And Vafthrudnir's like, oh, damn, is that all? You probably could have just asked Mimir. He generally charges people their right eye. And Odin's like, really? And Vafthrudnir's like, yep. And Odin's like, does he ever charge anything else? And Vafthrudnir's like, nope. So Odin's like, fuck man, I need my right eye for like depth perception. And Brag thanks him for rubbing that in. And keeping bacteria out of my bleeding eye socket. And then Brag again thanks him for rubbing that in. Zigbar, he doesn't care. So maybe I shouldn't go through with this. But then he remembers that he's not a huge wuss, so he goes to Mimir as well. And he's like, hey Mimir, hook it up. And Mimir looks at him and says, you know how much it costs, right? Because a lot of people show up here like, give me some wisdom. And I'm like, sure, 1 eyeball, please. And they're like, no way. I mean, I know you're not gonna pussy out because I drink from this wisdom well all the time and I'm wise as shit, but I still gotta ask for legal reasons. You down to give me a right eye? And Odin's like, oh, hells yes. So Mimir gives him the water of knowledge right away, which strikes me as an incredibly unwise move because Odin could have just drunk all the water and then left without giving away any of his eyeballs. And in fact, if the water had really given him ultimate wisdom, that's probably exactly what he would have done. But no, he drinks the water and he sees what he has to do to mitigate the horrible foreboding shadow. Not that it can be stopped or anything because Norse mythology is pretty gloomy. I'll drink to that. And then he puts down the drinking horn and plucks out his eye, and he puts a still warm bleeding eyeball in Mimir as well, proving once and for all that the Norse may not have been very smart people or very happy people, but no matter what, they were always metal.
Is that the end?
Hmm?
Here it goes.
knows.
It's being read by Sigyn, of course it's going to be interesting. Fenrir is a DILF.
My book.
I'm sorry. Fenrir is a DILF. So one day, Loki's wandering around Jotunheim, and he sees the chick Angerboda.
You okay?
Yeah.
You are laughing at my misery, aren't you?
No.
Okay. And
Andy
he's
is very confused, though. You might want to explain it to him.
I will not explain it to him.
Okay.
And he is like, well, I know she's pretty ugly. Okay, good. I guess I can accept this. And her name is kind of like a reference book entry for the anger bug. Okay, I can deal with this. But you know what? I'm going to tap that and have 3 kids with that. And all 3 of those kids are going to be horrible beasts that bring on the apocalypse. I see no problems with this.
It was for the trolls? Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
So for now, let's just focus on the first kid, a giant wolf named Fenrir. Now Loki brings baby Fenrir to Asgard, and the Aesir all instantly know that this wolf is going to be the death of him, mainly because it is a giant wolf named Fenrir. Oh yeah, did you see that post I made on Facebook yesterday about what idiot tries to play catch with Fenrir?
No, I wasn't on Facebook yesterday.
Oh my gosh. It was this hilarious webcomic idea I had. There was this picture of this angry-looking wolf-like dog. It says, you threw it, you catch it, or something like that. And I reposted it, and I said, you tried to play fetch with Fenrir. What is wrong with you? He's on a giant chain. Okay, well, I'll just enchain him. No, you're going to end the world! Anyway. But instead of doing anything about it, they decide to see if they can just raise it as their own, presumably because they don't want to hurt Loki's feelings. So this god Tyr, the god of single combat and being awesome, gets put in charge of feeding Fenrir because he's the only person with sufficient testicular mass to actually go near the wolf. Wait, is he feeding him?
Yes.
Okay.
He's just kind of tearing chunks off and tossing it to him.
Actually, I was going to ask if he was feeding the wolf his,
Testicles.
ambrosia, but okay.
No.
And Fenrir gets bigger and bigger and holy shit bigger until the gods start to be like, we should really do something about this wolf. So what they do is they make a big metal chain. This chain is so incredibly massive that they don't feel right until they give it a name. That name is Lading. I thought it was Gleipnir, but okay. So they go up to Fenrir. Oh, no, never mind, I'm sorry. So they go up to Fenrir, like, hey man, I bet you totally can't break out of this chain, and Fenrir's like, okay, bring it, because apparently he's a talking wolf. Shut up, Serlena. So they tie him up, and he pretty much just breaks the chain like cobwebs, and he gets famous because of that. And the gods are like, fuck, that backfired. Okay, let's make a better chain.
He wasn't already famous for being a giant talking wolf. Who everybody knows is going to fuck over all the gods by eating them.
So they make spoilers.
Oh.
So they make a chain that is 2 times as strong and name it Dromi. And they go back to Fenrir, like, bet you can't break this chain. And Fenrir's like, I don't know if I want to let you tie me up again. And Serlena's like, kinky. And the gods are like, don't you want to be double famous? And Fenrir's like, okay. So he lets them tie him up again, and he flexes a little, but the chain doesn't break. So then he kicks the chain, and it does break. And the gods are like, okay, we definitely need a better chain. Somebody call some dwarves. The dwarves are like, okay, the mistake you guys have been making is that you've been trying to make a chain out of actual things that exist, such as metal, instead of abstract concepts, such as the sound of a cat's footfall. And this time it actually did say cat and not pussy, please note. So what the dwarves do is they take the sound of a cat's footfall, along with the roots of a mountain, the sinews of a bear, the beard of a woman, and the colors of the wind, remember these are dwarves, and the breath of a fish, and the spit of a bird. And so that's why you can't hear cats walking around, and mountains don't have roots, and fish don't breathe, and birds don't spit, but I think bears probably still have sinews, and I've definitely met some bearded ladies, so I guess the dwarves were not that thorough. But anyway, somehow they managed to distill all this shit into the ultimate chain, Except it's not a chain, it's a ribbon called Glitnir. Called it. It is thin and pink and soft, and the gods go and bring it to Fenrir, and they're like, bet you can't get out of this ribbon. And Fenrir's like, come on, guys, there's no fame to be gained from breaking a little girl's pretty, pretty princess bow. Plus, this is obviously a trap. And the gods are like, a trap? What? Why would we trap you? What do you think we are, desperately afraid of you or something? We just thought that if the great wolf Fenrir was too much of a pusnexus, which sounds like a really bad nobody name, by the way, to let himself get tied up by a pretty pink ribbon, we might just go and tell everybody about that, and then they would laugh at you. So Fenrir is like, okay, fine, but I seriously don't trust you guys, so how about I let you tie me up if one of you puts your hand in my mouth as collateral? And all the gods are like, well, until Tyr's like, I'll do it, because Tyr is a fucking badass, moved almost to the point of vomiting, but what tremendous wusses all his friends are. So they tie Fenrir up, and Fenrir flexes, and then he tries kicking, and then he tries flailing around like a fucking lunatic. That ribbon does not break. And he's like, damn it, and he bites off Tyr's hand, and everyone laughs at Fenrir except for Tyr because he just got his hand bit off. And Fenrir's all trying to scream and bite everyone, so they jam a sword in his mouth to keep it open forever, and Fenrir drools so much that it makes an entire fucking river called Hope in Norse for some reason. Because, you know.
Irony.
Like, this is some kind of fucked up morbid motivational poster. Hope, you will eventually escape your hellish prison. Dude, that sounds like a fortune cookie. And rain death and fire upon Midgard. Ooh. Because actually, that is what the Norse prophecy says. It says that eventually, at the end of the world, Fenrir will get loose and eat Odin. I love my stepson. So I guess the moral of the story is that if your friend keeps bringing home his mutant babies, it is not your responsibility to raise those babies. Remember this. Also, Ingerbode is a whore.
Okay.
New video.
Hmm?
New video.
Oh, okay.
X Vexen Gold.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Before we go any further, I feel like I need to tell you a little bit about the kind of person Freya is. But it is difficult to find a myth about Freya in which her main role isn't just as something people give each other.
Joyful.
Poor Freya. That is because the Norse appear to treat women as currency. Hey, kind of like Americans. But don't worry, guys, I found one. Kinda. So, Freya wakes up one morning and she's like, I just had a wet dream about some gold, and now I want some. Oh, honey. Well, where shall I get some? Oh, wait, I live in a world that has dwarves. What a stupid question. And they also have King Midas chained up in a basement somewhere, so, you know.
Yeah.
So, she walks
She
up
can
and...
get a gold-plated vajayjay.
It sounds uncomfortable.
That sounds very uncomfortable, but it's not as bad as Alchemist Glass one.
Yeah, it shattered in one episode, and Alibrius says he's still picking bits of glass off of his Johnson, so... So she walks over to Dwarf Town, and while she's walking, Loki sees her, he's like, oh man, that chick looks like she's about to get some treasure. I want to ruin that accomplishment for her, because I am Loki, and that is what I do. Aww, so cute. So Loki follows Freya all the way to the house of these four dwarves, and is sitting on their pedestal, and it's just the most astonishing display of skullduggery ever. Skullduggery is exactly like skullduggery, except instead of doing crimes, you do gold.
Okay.
It is a necklace of such indescribable value, the brazen necklace, that all the Norse scribes purposefully lost most of the text of this myth, and no one actually knows what it looks like unless you've watched Mythical Detective Loki Ragnarok, in which they do a cute little drawing. Anyway, or even if it is a necklace, really, we're just kind of guessing here, more or less based on the fact that the necklace is the only form of gold big enough to fit 4 dwarf dicks simultaneously. So, these 4 skeezy dwarves pop out, and Freya's like, ew, gross. I mean, hey guys, how's it going? I think I could have that necklace or whatever it is. Okay, you want to use dwarf condom? Really? As your jewelry? That's what you want here? That's kind of gross. I'll pay you gold for that. And the dwarves are like, we don't need any more gold. Whoa, record scratch. Did you hear what I just heard? Dwarves. Do not need more. Gold, question mark, exclamation points. Thanks, Corey. These are clearly not 4 dwarves, but rather 8 babies in 4 dwarf suits. But that just makes this next part weirder, because then Freya's like, well, gold is pretty much all I have. Credit cards haven't been invented yet, nor is investment banking. And the dwarf's like, well, you have a vagina, right?
So give it to us?
That's what I was thinking. How's about we all use that for like 24 hours apiece? And Freya's like, ellipsis. Okay. Sorry, Freya, I didn't mean to insult you when I called Angerboda a whore. You're okay, Freya. So, each of the dwarves does the teeny-weeny with Freya for a solid day/night cycle, and they are very civil about it, and no one minds. I don't see what seconds has to do with this, but no one minds getting sloppy seconds, and at the end of the 4 days, the dwarves are like, well, we're about as sexually satisfied as we're ever going to be in our sad, sad lives. Here, have this necklace. And Freya's like, sweet! This is almost for debasing myself in this manner. I kind of want to give Freya a hug now. Especially considering what happens next. And meanwhile, Loki, who, remember, followed Freya here, is like, damn, I wish I'd filmed that. I'll bet there's a whole internet fetish about this kind of shit. I guess I'll just have to settle for ruining her accomplishment like I planned. So Freya goes home to enjoy her necklace and take a long shower. Well, I guess it doesn't matter that she's wearing a used dwarf condom now. And Loki hauls ass over to Odin's place and you're like, Odin, guess what? I know I'm the god of lying all the time. Dude. But you gotta trust me when I say Freya just fucking 4 dwarves for a necklace, and Odin's like, yeah, that sounds like Freya. I mean, what? I wanted to fuck Freya. We all wanted to fuck Freya. That's like the whole reason we keep her around.
What the fuck, Odin?
Man, I really want to give Freya a hug now. Poor Freya. And all we had to do all these years was offer her jewelry? Unacceptable. Go steal her necklace. And Loki's like, did somebody say stealing? And Odin's like, yes, Loki, that was me who said that. But Loki didn't hear him because he's already at Freya's place stealing. You could have at least given the necklace to me. I like presents too, but to be fair, I stole this from him, so, you know, it's almost as good as a breezy necklace, even if it's not gold or a dwarf condom. Actually, I think that makes it better.
Yeah.
So he gets to Freya's place, and the door's locked, so he turns into a fly, like the same fly that bit,
that one dwarf, Eddie.
The...
E-T-I?
E-I-T-I. E-A-T.
Yeah.
I think. And it goes in through a crack in the roof, but then Freya's sleeping on her back. That's not surprising. With the clasp of her necklace completely inaccessible, so Loki turns into a flea and mauls her cheeks until she flips over, and then Loki turns into Loki and just steals her necklace.
Okay.
Aww, so cute. So Freya wakes up, notices her necklace is gone, notices her door is open, and is like, damn it, Loki. Damn it, Loki, you left the door open? Really? Really? I know I'm the brains of the outfit, but really? But wait. Loki would be too much of a cat to do this on his own, because cats never leave doors open or anything. I don't know.
All cats are demons.
Cats are cute.
Yes. But only demon cats close the door behind them when they leave.
Damn it, Odin. But how would Odin know about my necklace? Damn it, Loki. But Loki is probably 9 countries away at this point. I'm gonna go yell at Odin. Smart choice, girl. So she shows up at Odin's place all angry and shit, and Odin's like, well, if it isn't Slut City. Hey, I have some brass plates and a shiny rock. Want to give me a rim job or something? They're all yours.
What the fuck? What the fuck, Odin?
I told you Odin's a dick. You didn't believe me, did you? Well, now you do. And Freya's like, very funny, asshole. Except without a comma, so I think she's yelling about a very funny asshole. Which I'm going to assume is Odin at this point. So she's talking to Odin about himself. And Odin's like, I bet you won't think my asshole is very funny when you're giving me a rim job. But seriously, it's because of shit like this that we keep trying to sell you to giants. So I'm gonna punish you. And Freya's like, oh, frig, what's it gonna be? And Odin's like, well, I'll let you have the necklace back, but only if you make all the races of men in Midgard fight wars forever. Oh, wait, it's not really a punish. And Freya's like, yes, done, thank you. Then there's war forever, but at least Freya looks pretty.
God damn it, Freya.
God damn it, Odin. I could have used that necklace.
Oh, okay.
So the moral of the So the moral of the story is that apparently women are currency, but the exchange rate of women to gold isn't actually that great. Why are you laughing? That's insulting.
Yes, but what the fuck?
The next time that bowl fills up, I'm going to tip it, and it is going to drop over your head. Then we'll see who's laughing. Aw, that's a cute face. Make that face again. I can't stay mad at that. Aw.